Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Welcome. Today is September 8th. September 8th. And I was looking at this tree from a distance, and I thought, well, maybe a storm had hit it because the limbs are all kind of pulled down on it and snapped off. And something climbed that tree and just busted all the limbs on that tree. When I got to looking a little closer, there's nothing climbed it. It's the fruit. It's the fruit. The persimmons are so thick on that tree that it's like a bunch of bananas. I mean, look at them on there. The weight of the persimmons broke the limbs. The ones that didn't break, there's a couple of them outright broke them off, like that one. The rest of them are bent over. If this tree can make it another couple weeks, that's going to take, 2 to 3 weeks. The fruit will start dropping here pretty soon. And it's going to be a bonanza here for the deer and the coons. And there's one right here on the ground. You couldn't pay me enough money to eat that. It's not right. It may look like it. Here's one over here. Yeah. Man, that'll light you up. It's got soft flesh on it. If you open that seed up right there and look inside it, there's a little miniature seed in there. It's going to be either the shape of a spoon or a fork. If it's the shape of a spoon, you're going to have a lot of snow this winter. If it's the shape of a fork, or is it a knife? Y'all are going to have to help me out on that. I forgot which it is. The Farmer's Almanac always talked about that. But, of course, I can't open it up here shooting this video. It takes 2 hands and a pocket knife to get that open. But I am not going to eat that too early. Boy, you know what I'm talking about, you old-timers. You eat one of them and it's not right, but you will never forget that experience. You just ought to do it once in your lifetime, just so you remember and you know you've done it. Man, I've never seen a tree that's got so many persimmons on it. Look at that. Good land. There must be, I'd hate to guess. There's probably 3,000 or 4,000 persimmons on that tree. And that's not a very big tree. It's only 6 inches. But this farm is loaded with them. I've got another one right over there that I left it. And on the far ridge, we call that Persimmon Ridge, there must be, I don't know, 300 trees over there. And a lot of them are males that don't have fruit, but a lot of them are females. But, gotta get out of that sun. Yeah. So this is our sheep paddock. This is where the sheep will be coming. And we've got a nice, fully recovered paddock. All the leaves, they've got the nice points on them. Fully regrown. We got all this basically with, we had 2 rains. We had a 1.75, and then we had a 1/2 inch rain, 10 days ago. That's it. But it's come back really nice. And sheep are going to be happy in here. We don't give it to them all at once. We split it up. So we got a pond on that end of the farm. There's another pond down there in that draw. So that's the way we, that tree right there, that is a honey locust. And all that new growth you see has come on since the sheep are gone. And that tree's in trouble. The sheep are just going to devour it. But we've got some, it was interesting, I was walking over to look at that persimmon tree. I actually got some pecan trees. There's some big pecans up here in the yard, and they're finally starting to put out pecans. And the squirrels bring them out here and bury them. There's another one. All these little miniature pecan trees. I may come over here and dig some of these up. There's another one. Yeah. Golly, there's another one. There's another one. Squirrels. There's some more. Yep. Lots of pecan trees. There's a daddy pecan right there. That's one of them. He's a pretty good sized tree now. The squirrels get all the nuts, and I think they've already got them all. No, there's some of them. Yeah, right there. I can see them. Yeah. Some pecans. When I leased this farm in, I think it was 2003, that tree right there was about as big as my wrist. Today it's probably 12-inch diameter. It seems like once you get them past that one point, man, they take off. They really do. God, this vest is so thick. It's hard to walk through it. Here's our tape gate. It's not a tape, it's a rope. This is the poly rope we get from Power Flags. I love these things. You just put your feet in. Oh, I get shocked doing this. So there's my wire. Here's the end of my post. And just push it up like that. Hook it. This is a 5-strander. That's for sheep, cattle, guard dogs. Each one of those ropes has 22 conductors in it. Extremely hot. And that's a braided rope. That's 1/4-inch diameter. We buy it in 1,320-foot rolls, and you can make a lot of gates with that. And it actually holds up a lot better than the tape. We started out with 1/2-inch white tape, and it lasts, I don't know, 7-8 years. But this stuff here is just so much more durable. We like it. And it's been a good change for us. Oh, it's pretty back here. I gotta show you my favorite trees on this yard. I don't know, I just love them. Of course, there's nothing wrong with these either. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 of those. Those are all pecans. And again, when I leased this, they were little bitty guys. They're not little bitty anymore. Wait till you see these trees over here though. They are so beautiful. And this yard is full of Korean Lespedeza. Look at that, it's just a carpet. Sheep would be happy in here. But this is one we can't graze. They don't want animals in it. So you gotta respect the landowners. They don't want animals in it, you don't put animals in it. But there they are. Catalpa. 2 big catalpa trees here. Oh, the beans. Yeah, they're starting to put beans on. Look at the beans on that thing. They look like a big old giant. I'm not gonna pull it off of there, but that is one giant bean. It's probably a foot long. Catalpa beans. They're just, excuse me. They're just, I don't know, picturesque trees. Got the great big old leaves on them. Just the build of them, you know. The limbs have a very artistic bending and wind to them. But there used to be an old house set right here. It was over 100 years old, and it blew down one night. And there was a lady who lived here until she was almost 100 years old, and her name was Miss Eve. Everybody called her Miss Eve. And lived here by herself. Ran cattle. She had cattle on this farm. And the neighbor lady was going down the road out here, and she saw a light right out there in that field. It was 10 o'clock at night, and it was on the ground. The light was on the ground. And she's like, oh dear, Miss Eve has fallen down out in that pasture checking her cows, and she's hurt. So her name is Paige, the neighbor lady. She come running up here and went out there in the field and found Miss Eve. And there she is, sitting Indian style, got her legs tucked up underneath her. She's got a little light in her mouth, and a pair of pliers, and some wire. And Paige is like, Miss Eve, what are you doing? She's like, well, the fence is down. She said, the cow's going to get out. Fence has got to be fixed. She said, but 10 o'clock at night? Well, you know, the fence needed to be fixed. And she was out there at 10 o'clock at night with a flashlight in her mouth. And right at 100 years old. Got to take your hat off somebody like that, folks. Yep. Pretty neat hearing the stories about the old timers, how tough they were. And yeah, Miss Eve, her husband, his name was Connie, and they had all, as far as you can see through here, from one road to the next, at one time, I think they had close to 500 acres here, all in one piece. And when they passed, the son got it, and then it started getting split up, and he got killed, and it all got sold off. But at one time, this is all one big farm. Kind of neat when somebody, you know, was able to put together that much ground. And I think they ran cattle. He had some pigs back in the day, and she always had some chickens, and just the way it was. But I don't know, I just like it back here. This is awful pretty. There's always good shade in this yard too, all the trees. And when the leaves do come off, you can see in every direction just beautiful green rolling hills. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, and everyone have a good one. And don't forget, please hit that subscribe button on the way out, and we'll see you all down the road.